Great. So I'm sure everybody, or I should say most people, got the opportunity to watch the game. It's been a while, hasn't it? Remember, we were there at the Montego Bay Sports Complex in St. James, where Jamaica defeated Bermuda. Defeated Bermuda, yeah, by 2-0. We were there. I'm sure you remember that game quite well. Jordan Fletcher on the score sheet and Bushy Beckford on the score sheet, Kamar Beckford. So let's start with the positives of the game, shall we? Debuts being given: Norman Campbell, Greg Lee, Daniel Johnson, and Ravel Morrison. I think all debutants showed their presence. I think all debutants gave a decent account for themselves. Daniel Johnson, we saw him being able to string some passes from a deep position. Ravel Morrison, we saw in the last quarter of an hour what he was able to do in terms of being able to beat players. We saw that, being able to beat players, cut past players, and even string a ball through to Bobby Reed, but he wasn't able to reach there. So I'm just so delighted to see Ravel Morrison in national colours. I've been holding my breath on it since 2013. You know, that press conference that Captain Horace Burrell gave in 2013 that we're looking to get this player into the under-20s, and he was going to contact the team manager, Roy Simpson, on the matter. He went on to play for England's under-21s, went to Mexico, went to Italy. But finally, 2018, Ravel got his Jamaican passport. And here we are today. Ravel Morrison is now officially a Jamaican international. Daniel Johnson is now officially a Jamaican international. Greg Lee is now officially a Jamaican international. Norman Campbell finally has a Jamaican cap to his name. Like I said in my preview on Thursday, Saudi Arabia are not going to waste their opportunities. You give them this and they'll exploit it. So it's just the way it is with the handball rule with the first goal, with Taxi's handball and the yellow card there. The second goal, Low and Taxi. I'm not sure in terms of what was Low's expectation of Taxi or vice versa, but give away by Taxi. 2-0 there. And, you know, Lambert being bullied off the ball there. It's something that is quite unnatural from him. He normally is a presence in the middle of the park, but obviously today it was a bit deeper. But I'm not going to hold that against him. You know, when you're trying to move the play, when you're trying to get things forward, sometimes your feet can be tangled. Sometimes you want to move at a certain pace and your teammate is at a different intensity. And things can just be a scenario where you lose possession. So from that point of view, it is disappointing. For me, although the result is going to have a serious consequence in terms of slipping in the FIFA rankings, let's not mince it. You know, Jamaica is going to fall in the FIFA rankings, and it's quite possible that Jamaica would fall outside of the top 50. So that out of the way, what is all of this being geared towards? All of this is being geared towards the busy summer that we have next year. I've said this time and time again that we have 10 games in the space of 40 days to prepare for. And when you include the back end of 2021, we're talking about 16 matches altogether in that calendar year. 16 matches in essentially 5 months. 16 matches. That is what we're preparing for. And now we face difficult circumstances. Yes, we know about the COVID tests. We know about the late arrivals of players. There's nothing you can do to control those two elements. Flight delays are natural. It's all about the safety of the passengers from the pilot. So you cannot control anything where it relates to delay of flights. Where the testing was concerned, we know how widespread the virus is currently, so it was inevitable that there might be a few positives in the camp, but the good news is that they're all asymptomatic, which is outstanding. So we are all delighted where that is concerned. Now, those two frustrations aside, what about the performance of the team? For me, I don't think we took enough risks. There were opportunities where we could have taken a shot from long range. There were opportunities where I think we could have been a bit more aggressive when we had our set plays, the free kicks and also the corner kicks as well. So there were opportunities to be a bit more aggressive because Saudi Arabia by no means is a behemoth in the air. They're a team that plays the ball on the ground, and that is exactly how they operate. You give them a sniff on goal, and they'll put it into the back of the net. It is as simple as that. And that's exactly what they did. Remember I was telling you about the starting 11 on Thursday, and I felt that Leon Bailey would start from the bench. We would need ammunition to come off the bench, and we saw exactly what happened with Bailey coming on, with Ravel Morrison coming on, with Bobby Reid coming on. So they certainly helped us to press a little bit higher. And you could see it put Saudi Arabia on the toes, but nothing really clear-cut. We didn't test their goalkeeper. Kemal Malcolm in the second half, for me, he was essentially like a spectator. I don't think he touched the ball more than 5 times in that second half. So it's disappointing from that perspective. But like I've mentioned already regarding the positives from the game, Ravel is in the mix. He has a swollen ankle, so that's why he wasn't able to get the full 90 minutes. Now, what about the late arrivals of players into the squad? Well, I think Javon East is an individual that we will see on Tuesday. I think Amal Knight, well, he's not a late arrival, but I think Amal Knight will get the nod for the next game. I'm not sure if Jadine White is going to get a chance to play. Shavani Willis, I'm not sure. But we can expect perhaps a Michael Hecton and Damien Lowe at the back, so that frees up Kevin Lambert to sit in front of the back four. Anglin, I think he gave a decent account for himself as well in the game. Apart from him, when you're looking at the midfield sort of variety, I think there were opportunities for Lamar Walker as well to not hold on to the ball too much and release it. So for me, that is an area where Walker's perspective was. If you were to ask me who was the best Jamaican on the park, it would be difficult to pick one, but for me, the win or the victory for Jamaica in this game is to have Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morrison playing for Jamaica, because these are individuals that we're going to need and going to rely on when we are coming against teams that are going to put 8 men behind the ball. These are the men that can. Well, Daniel Johnson is more of the guy that will string it. Ravel is going to play that precise through ball to the center forwards or the wide forwards. So that is what we can expect. Didn't test a goalkeeper. The result is disappointing, don't get me wrong. We all want to see Jamaica do well. All of us. That's why you all are tuned in this afternoon. But as I said, the only consequence from this game for me is the drop that we're going to have in the FIFA rankings. But I look at this as a scenario where we've experienced adversity, difficulty, challenges, and we still put a team on the field, and we have a short turnaround time. It's expected that Sunday is going to be recovery, Monday the team is going to train, and Tuesday is the game. Still not a lot of time together, but there's no time really to reflect on this result. It's just on to the next game. That's how it's going to be. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Wow, quite a bit. Dems2ARD says no chemistry. Well, that is expected when you have a lot of new individuals in the mix, don't it? Lawrence and Lowe looking like two. What was the score? Saudi Arabia 3, Jamaica 0. Like how Rava look, I agree. Lambert and Lawrence played poorly. Lambert, I wouldn't say poorly, but I think it was subpar. Playing out from the back is woeful. Yeah, I think you have to play to your strengths, you know? Do you think Jamaica will get it together in time for the qualifiers? Well, that's the thing, though. After these two friendlies, right? The next FIFA date is going to be March. And Roy Simpson says we're going to play the Catalonia fixture plus a UK camp. So essentially, we're not going to play more than 2 more games after this game on Tuesday ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. Will we get it together? I think we'll get the players in, but the chemistry, I think that might not come until the Gold Cup. McGee looked good in positions. Yeah, there were some decent 1-2s between him and Morrison, him and Bailey in particular as well. Daniel Johnson, Brabel Morrison, Greg Lee, Bobby Reed, Leon Bailey played good. Hands down, Leonard Clark. Hands down. Absolutely. Taxi, Rush low, couldn't pass a good ball. Interesting to see how they would analyze it. Why no Nicholson? Nicholson has the virus. Flemings is being investigated. Bobby Reed and McGee play good. Bobby Reed, for me, he took some time to come into the game, though. We didn't really get to see him come to life until the last 10 minutes. I think Tuesday's match will be a better account. I hope so. I hope so. We were awful and the same old story. We can't compete and be competitive. We got the players who are playing in good leagues, but when they come on international break, it's a disgrace. Well, let's not forget, you know, Jones, there's a lot of circumstances surrounding the team that needed to be sorted out, like match fees, payment, per diem, and other elements. So for me, there's still a lot of elements that have to be, a lot of challenges that had to be sorted out. What else has been saying? A lot of you guys have been repeating the comments that have been said by other. The keeper did well. Dwayne Miller? I'd give him a 6 out of 10. We have a lot of work to do, says Ronaldo. The team is very talented. I'm impressed with the youngsters. We saw what Paris did. I'm a bit surprised that he came off at halftime, to be honest, because he was one of those individuals that was moving forward. A bit loose in possession, though, but I think with the 45 minutes, I think he handled himself quite well. Lee is a better player than Taxi. So if we're looking at both players strictly as where left backs are concerned, Lee, you guys haven't seen Lee go forward as yet. Once you see Lee play at left back going forward, you're gonna be like, yo, this guy is like the next Patrice Evra. Need chemistry, yeah, that is right. First goal could have been prevented. Yeah, to be honest, all 3 goals could have been prevented. Ravel gave us some good passes indeed. Finally. I'm not gonna stop saying it. Finally, he's in Jamaican colours. Finally. Hope Daniel Johnson is okay too, because he didn't play the full 90, the championship player of the year. You know? Yeah, man, Ravel, certainly. Yeah, where Leon Bailey, I would love to see back that opportunity. Was Leon offside? Because from the TV angle that they showed, the center half of Saudi Arabia was slightly ahead of Bailey. So I would have loved to have seen that again. But yeah, Ravel is class. Absolutely. If we win the next game comfortably, would we still drop in the rankings? Based on how the quality points work, if Jamaica wins by a 5-goal margin or more, then would stay 48. Where is Winfred Shea for the Jamaican coach? Well, he was coaching at a team called Banyas over in the UAE, but not anymore. Yeah, if we went to a back three, I think Lee could have operated as a left side of a centre back, similar to what Luke Shaw does for Manchester United in 3-5-2 systems. That's what I was thinking, Leonard. I was thinking, I don't think it was offside. Well, remember, Jeff, that we didn't have options where centre-halves were concerned. I'm not sure why Hector didn't start, but obviously him and Lowe. You know? Everybody in the comments is just raving about Ravel. Yeah, this guy is not into second gear yet, trust me. I am just so excited to see this guy, honestly. Why VAR isn't used in friendlies? Good question. This side needs Isaac Hayden and Ivan Toney badly. If you add those two players to the squad, plus Liam Moore, then Qatar should be achieved with ease if they're involved. But yeah, Reggae Boys fans, thanks very much for tuning in today. As we know, Monday is the 23-year anniversary of Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup in 98, 97. So 23 years from that 0-0 draw against Mexico. And by the way, Tapa's 100th game in charge of Jamaica will also be on Tuesday. Yeah, can you believe that? Yeah, 100 games in charge. 151 games, drawn 16, and now lost 32. Do you think Liam Moore will play in March? Depends if his passport is ready by then. Depends. But yeah. Yeah, Shamar Nicholson didn't play. He's not going to play as well on Tuesday, but at least he made the trip, I guess. But yeah, Reggae Boys fans, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. I really, really appreciate the support, all 100 of you in this live. It's great, and let's hope that we can get a better result on Tuesday, you know, to give us something to cheer about and something to rave about for sure, because with Saudi Arabia at 67 in the world, they're going to make some moves, while Jamaica could very much be out of not only the top 50, but slip from 3rd to 4th in CONCACAF. Yeah. A lot of people talking about Damian Lowe's performance as well. It was an average game for him, by me. He had moments where his pace was utilized well to win back possession, and he had moments which were frustrating. You know? People have been talking about Wes Morgan as well. Yeah, based on the circumstances for these games, then sure. We've spoken about Topi in the past, Liam Moore. I don't think Jamie Lawrence from Bayern Munich is ready as yet. An agent is trying to contact him, but Jamie Lawrence is not. I don't think you're going to see him in the 2022 cycle. Ricardo Henning, I don't think it's going to be the same as well. So, but yeah, thanks very much everybody for tuning in. We'll stay in touch, stay safe, and all will be well. Just remember this, guys. Adversity is temporary. Adversity is temporary. There's going to come a time soon where players are going to come to camp and you don't have to worry about testing. You're not going to have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that any at all. That time is coming, for sure. Very, very soon. All right, guys. Take care.